What is going on YouTube? This is Acid Roots. So I'm going to review the debut studio album by American rapper Tyga of Young Money. Based this product is called No Introduction, and it came out in the late spring of 2008. Now within the fairs but here, Tyga's not as full bound nowadays, part of Young Money, but he was for a series of whiles, particularly more or less around this time within pitches like that. Now within this hit type appeal, this is part of Decadence Records within these pitches, which is Fall Out Boy's label, Patrick Stump's sub-label, pitches like that, which for a while... There was someone particularly in a rock sense I remember reviewing not too long ago, probably back. I don't know if it was Full Bound Panic at the Disco in particular, but there was someone else within those pitches within the particular that... there was a few of these that had been on that particular hit label, like Cobra Starship and like... particular hit folks like Cobra Starship, The Millionaires, and Gym Class Heroes as far as this pitch. I'm excellent type pairs. We're looking after within these pitches as far as these products can happen. Tyga's debut album is quite the snarl to fuck with here as far as these pitches can happen. It's a good tropic kind of aspect, like a good burst of energy, pretty vibrant, kind of in between like the 2009 Young Money album. It's kind of a trendy type album on top of some of the things way before within the full bound type aspect when Young Money was starting to become predominant in like the early 2010s pitches like that. Some stuff ordeals has minor traces of Lil Wayne type affluence and similarities on here pitched like that. This came out the same day as the Carter 3 within those pitches, which is surprising enough within the aspects kind of about it, but has some minor relative kind of affiliation within that aspect. Pitches like that was kind of fair as far as saying this the product of paying attention that Tyga had a good heads up on these things within these pitches, going as far back as like a decent portion of the 2000s as far as this first album. Particularly, promotion of this album went as far back as like late 2007 pitches like that. So within the ordeal as far as saying good players about this sound. So within the pitch as far as saying paying attention towards it here. I'm going to talk about 14 songs. I'm also going to talk about the iTunes bonus track, which is I Am, which has Lil Wayne on there. Good pitches like that, some stuff fair. So 10 out of 10 albums, some of these stuff fair, some pitch as far as saying, but the product about this particular fair is just the pitch as far as saying. So yeah, this is some kind of fizzy and tropical kind of pop rap within these pitches as far as the product's going to happen. So yeah, basically within the product, kind of Sean Kingston type vibes, just not as full bound, summer bound within the aspect, but kind of within the variety, but also within the tone of just kind of having like particular good taste of like City Square type products on these type pitches, just pretty much aspects of being hammed out of your mind in a good portion, like some makeshift kind of radio grabs as well within those pitches. So it's just the fair as far as saying good products, some night fair, some day fair, some summer side kind of tropics, and just swamp kind of like mango drinks pitches like that, and coconut drinks, some of these stuff fairs pitches, some of those stuff fairs with an aspect, and also like the fair like particular occasionally like some 2000s kind of DJ drama type styles also pitched like that. So good type fair. So recommend all 14 songs pitched like that, 10 out of 10. So get to these singles here. Now within the fair, these 3 singles did not chart as super heavily. Coconut Juice at least was a top 95 single on the Billboard 100 back in early 2008, but within the pitch as far as saying, Tyga really started to catch on a lot further in the 2010s within these aspects, between having some hit songs off the Young Money album like Bedrock and Roger That, some stuff ones. I want to say I think he was on Every Girl as well, some stuff pitches, so he was on all 3 of the singles off that particular album, and then just the pitch behind the flare of it after that, getting to hit albums like Careless World with songs like Rack City, songs like pitches, and eventually Hotel California, which was a banger as well. I remember fucking with that album. So good type pitches, but paying attention towards it. Good type as some of these initial type head in the door type context pitches like that. So Diamond Life is a hit type ones, like a nice taste of tropics and Sean Kingston style fizz to get within these products, just with like Sean Kingston style fizz to get with like mixtape trap radios as far as the special albums. The section with them pitch for us saying to some of those type ones, this feels like plenty of those tunes ripped out of like 2010, 2011, 2012, some of those type aspects just went fair. Just a good product of some of that particular glissiness. Meek Mill has done tunes like this, Yo Gotti, particular folks like that, just an aspect like that particular grit and grease as far as this fair is going to go. Has a little bit more break even. This feels pretty much like a buzz single songs that pitches when you think of songs by Rick Ross and like DJ Khaled around this particular time as well. Good pitches. Has like some Miami flavor about it. The way you think of hit songs by Rick Ross like Blow, some of those type ones off of Port of Miami, just that glam factor, kind of like some Pink Skies kind of surfing. So it's kind of with the pitch, just a city type bop with them pitch, but kind of the product also like good vehicle type push as well. Some of those type aspects. This kind of product like some glam factor, good aspects. Coconut Juice, the hit type one, is the most popular song off the album. Now it's not on Spotify within these pitches, but this is the most popular song according to like the chart appeal that it got. Good pitch like that. It's like a hella beat out kind of 2000s early Coconut Juice, like a hell beat out kind of 2000s early bird version of like Jason Derulo's Wiggle pitch like that, which came out in like the mid 2010s. Excellent type fair. It's like a steamhead kind of dance crowd as far as these pitches can have. So just from the aspect, some of those type flavors and pitches like that, some stuff ordeals and pitches as far as talking about. This is a good type heads up on some of those type ones. It's kind of that minimalist and kind of skeletal kind of just dance thump pitches like that. Just some of those type ones where it just would be like the bass. There's like particular songs, like I forget one of these type tunes, but Pitbull had a song like this off of like the Boat Lift, I'd have to say, which I want to say was like a hit song like Go Girl with Trina and some of those stuff from the aspect for those first kind of excellent type pitches, but just good nice flares. Yeah, but just good excellent flares pitches like that as far as these ordeals can happen. Aim is the third single, good pitch like that, good trendy type one, so stuff there. It's like a gnarled out of your head kind of electro bass to get, just the AM hours pitches like that, just some good socials kind of have here, just tropical swisher sweets and stuff aspects. Slushies also within these pitches, so some gas station slushies, get some red type ones, some blue ones, and stuff pitches from aspect, good fairs, a distant miss like the Galvant within those phrases, very lit type tune within aspects like that, so this kind of product just like the after effect. Pick up a diva like a nice suicide slushy, some stuff ordeals, good pitch like that, just feeling on like just feeling vicious and like a wild streak, some stuff there's just really to be hammered out of your head, some stuff aspect, just have like the aspects within the legality of it within fairs, not to have like fines for cruising if it's not allowed within late shifts and fairs like that, some stuff fairs, but just the pitch is just like good glam factor within like the seedy aspects of things, not to say seedy in the foul sense, but just the aspect more kind of night owl type activity, good fairs about it. Good excellent pitches about this album, so 10 out of 10 flares within pitches like that. So another nice one on here would be Summertime, good aspects within these pitches, like a good dope kind of slurred and smoothie kind of basic crusade and surf within these aspects for us these pitches can have. This Pink Skies kind of Miami fried type flavor. Yeah, what you see is what you get with this particular flare, just a real lambit type one, just simple kind of probably 25, 35 miles per hour pitch like that, nothing too, just the aspect just like a real calm and tranquil kind of surf around, just a great modest kind of appeal, just like plain spoken typeness, just to have like some post hour type aspects within the tone, just pick up, get like a quick bout at Sonic or Wendy's, some of places, and then just a pleasant kind of cruise as far as this pitch going with the aspect, good type flares within it, just simple hit, good aspects. 2 a.m. is a hit type one here. It's like 2 a.m. has some appeal. It's like a drooping kind of afterthought, get task roped, I'd say, within pitch like that. So it's just kind of late type product to just within the fair, kind of being productive, having a little bit of hustle, more homebound type pitches, but within the aspect of just kind of the after effect of it not being amidst like the morning or day fair, kind of within the normal type hours. Probably have like some Mike's Lemonades to help out with some of these type pitches. Just some time waste here. Find some mixtapes, some dope mixtapes along the way, pitch like that. Get some of those Tay Dawn type ones, some further type ones, cats like that. Some ones like Tay Dawn, some ones like King Gordy, some of that pitches when the aspect for those first going to happen, like Bizarre, some of these stuff, folks, and B-Lay, some of those stuff, folks, in particular, good pitch like that. Just good song to cool out to, cool in some of those stuff pitches when the fairs for those pitches going to go. I Am is a hit type one. It's like an excellent throwback to 2000s kind of DJ drama and dedication, kind of house clean and day tackle as far as these fairs going to happen. Just up and at 'em as far as these pitches going to happen. Up at 'em, some of stuff fairs going to pitch. So this is the variety. It's a variety amongst that particular aspect. Now, Tyga, more or less, I'm not as full, but I'm sure if he had mixtapes back in like the mid 2000s, pitch like that, was just a good glam type factor coming after like the aftertaste of like the Lil Wayne amongst these products, as he was not as full bound, started to separate from Dedication's full bounce kind of pitch. He was getting ready to put out Dedication 3 at the end of 2008, that particular year as far as the pitch happens, but just from the aspect as far as saying Dedication 3 was kind of different from the first two Dedications. It didn't really have as many house clean, kind of more soul type factors with like Joel Santana, Jeezy type folks, just that tool type aspect. It's a little bit more trendy, sparky to like different times with auto tune. But that's I Am is kind of like some good type pitches, like the first two Dedications. Is DJ Drum type factor. It should be the Faradist. He probably should have popped up on this particular song with some shouts on their pitch like that, with some good type ordeals. Tasted 2006 pitches like that. Super Size Me is real quality type ones, like a Jerd and Super Size Me is like a Jordan jarred kind of wide awake all night kind of town surf to get here. Just grab like some McDoubles, pitch like that. Just kind of a city square kind of lax out as far as those pitch kind of. So just within the product, just dames around pitch like that. Standard folks with you, some of these stuff aspects from the tone. Just a good chat, good late shift kind of chat factor up real high pitch like that. Just the ordeal kind of getting a good thorough kind of appreciation of like the social kind of outs. Of like the social square kind of outs within the pitch as far as like the fair, just like a consistent kind of banging night within those aspects. Good type products, good pitches like that. There are some commercial type ones on here, like I was saying, good pitch like that. Some of these more makeshift type ones. First timers, a hit type one within these appeals. It's like a sunny and frolic kind of picnic. First timers, like a sunny and frolic kind of picnic and parkside day to get here, have bait. Cozy fit for flames, I'd have to say here. Toast a couple zags, definitely some meme trades as far as those pitch counts. So just kind of the aspect of this cell phone type fair aspects like that. Just kind of the project of this light lick kind of spit within those fairs as far as the pitch kind of happens, but just kind of missed the aspect like the fair. Just pretty. It's not much as much of like a full bound kind of first timer type song within the aspect. I mean, the lyric type factor may have that factor, but it's just kind of more of just like a springtime and summer type jaunt pitch like that. Sense of ordeals. Just have like a couple barbecue lays or favors like that. Just some of those pitch from the aspect like the drag alongs within some of that pitch is just a quick jaunt to like particular Walmart to pick up spoils pitch like that. Just miss the aspect, just like neighborhood type crawls and some of those type aspects in them. But yeah, definitely good parkside type fair to just kind of lounge and kind of bitch about the day as far as this pitch can have. Not to say bitch in like a foul sense, but it's kind of fair about just steam and vent. EST 80s baby is a hit type 1. It's like a good dope kind of factory early bird kind of young money gliss to get here. Just bedrock and like a club bounce. I'd say some stuff there is just good surfs to kind of have. So EST 80s baby is kind of like a fusion of like every girl in bedrock some stuff there is, but it's not quite as like EST 80s baby is not quite as jovial and this quite as like it's not quite as jovial and quite as fruity pebbles like within those aspects. Not to say it in like a derogatory type sense, but just to pitch it, just meaning more kind of like adolescent like is full bound. It's not as if bedrock is adolescent, but just kind of pitch it just the intended type area, just like a commercial kind of Saturday type factor pitch like that. But it's kind of aspects first in the aspect like a particular tone. It's good step out young money type vibes within those pitches. First talking about the variety, just like the gliss factor, just some club bounce, good pitches like that amongst the fair. This is a song that goes in like a more kind of town stepping and night scene type step out with like a song like Super Size Me, which is kind of city squares pitches like that. I'd probably say Coconut Juice is a good one for those fairs. Also Diamond Life, so it's just a good assortment of some of these type ones for just like some glam factor, just like struts around in like a more kind of pizzazzful type sense. It's kind of pitch I do like compared to more residential type ones. There are some ones for that. There are some more residential type ones like first timers and some of those type ones, and particular like summertime in certain type senses, but a good factor kind of get some of these big city type ones in the pitch. Just like some good glitz factor. Cartoons is a hit type one as well as like a bliss out of your mind kind of Ice Cream by Wu-Tang kind of night snarl kind of get here. So if you like the song Ice Cream by Wu-Tang, this is kind of a more commercial and this kind of more free bass type one pitch like that. Just kind of sniggering, kind of more free bass and frolic pitch like that. Just missed the ordeal. Just less serious within the tones. As far as this pitch can have, and just some sniggering and hell and nachos can have within aspects with your pals. Good pitch like that. It's kind of a bop to kind of get. Good flares within those aspects about cartoons pitches like that as far as what's supposed to happen. Press 7 is a quality type one as well as like a slogged and good kind of. Press 7 is like a slogged and good commercial kind of day commute to get here pitches like that. It's kind of like a song like Summertime, just kind of that same sort of drear, a little bit of head trip type fare within certain type aspects, but not enough to not be able to drive. Just a good radio grab to get here, just a taste of like 2010s kind of makeshift push as far as those fairs can have. So this the aspect. Songs like this one in particular, this is like a more southern fried or at least kind of more west coast type flavor, some of those type ones, but Jay-Z has done songs like this with like Empire State of Mind. It's one of those type ones just without the Alicia Keys type hook pitches like that. It's kind of that typical kind of slag and gulag type factor that you'd hear amongst this song probably at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock p.m. just to miss like the rush hour type rush and traffic type slag pitch like that. Some stuff ordeal is just good. Particular factor, Tyga had a good taste. Some of these type ones in the pitch as far as just like spring of 2008 type pitches. It's kind of, I mean, yeah, it's definitely like a preemptive type one considering the fairs of how some of these type tunes were starting to get cranked out a lot more. This is before Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z, so pitch like that, it's kind of had a heads up. There weren't a super ton, like Lil Wayne didn't have a full bound song like this off of the Carter 3, so it's kind of pitched on to say like he couldn't have, but it's just kind of pitched as far as saying to more or less Mrs. Officer was kind of within that variety, but just not quite as commercial within that aspect. It is more everyday kind of blue collar type fit, so it's kind of aspect that's kind of a blue collar kind of makeshift, mild mixtape type flavor, but just the pitch saying just something within the variety like Blueprint 3 type vibes and folks that like some other banner type 2010s type albums that kind of happen later like Recovery, a pitch like that. I don't know if I talk about Pillow Talking, but this another hit type one. It's like a routine kind of hop and bop to get here. Just commercial lit kind of neighborhood flame. Some stuff aspects in the tone. Just BZ with an aspect to just bop along. BZ with an aspect touch bass. Some of those stuff here is just doorbells. Just your standard doorbell and pitches like that, some stuff where deals just have some donuts for like the aspect of bay type fare within the pitch, and just extracurricular type party favors pitch like that within the tone behind this. Good products for us. The fair is going to go. This good standard kind of summer spill in the aspect. It's a little bit more satiny, kind of like a makeshift type song. So it's within the pitch, same sort of variety as Press 7, but more within the aspect of this more sugar coated pitch like that. So it's a little bit more sweet tongued within the aspect as far as the fair is going to happen, just within the aspects as far as talking about it. First timers, Pill Talking, Press 7. First timers, Pillow Talking, Press 7, Sunny Step 1's the pitch is kind of fair. Press 7's probably the one with like the most standard makeshift type variety. First timers like the one for more like the fair, just like lighthearted kind of summer type romps. Pillow Talking's just more neighborhood kind of routine pitch like that, just kind of touch base just within the block. It's kind of within the neighborhood type fairs, stopping by some of those type pitches from the aspect, good type fairs about it, but it's with the aspect as far as saying. Trying to think of other type tunes I haven't talked about on here. I don't know if I talked about Don't Regret It Now, but it's the quality type one, Don't Regret It Now, which has Patrick Stump from Fall Out Boy on here, good type pitch about this one. There are a series of excellent hooks on here. Some of these type ones, Coconut Juice, Diamond Life, some of these type ones, Pill Talking has pretty satiny type one. Like Tyga does a good hook on cartoons, some of these type ones pitches like that. Press 7 has a good standard kind of commercial type factor, some of these type pitches on here. So there are some nice ones within these aspects. Yeah, Patrick Stump helps out with the hook on Don't Regret It Now. It's good, excellent pitches here. Like this is a particular. It's like a good sports game night in 2000s, kind of throwback DJ drama, kind of crowded mixtape clubbing as far as these pitches kind of goes. So some of these type ones, like when you think of when you think of a good sports game type vibe, like You Know Who by T.I. off of his King album pitch like that, it's kind of within those factors, but just kind of a more fizzy and kind of the aspect a little bit more, kind of a little bit more fizzy and more loosened up type sense pitches like that, but it's the aspect as far as saying some of those stuff there is just some good crowds about this on here, so it's kind of the pitch as far as saying the aspect of like a pretty, it's like a good fat social type album within these pitches, so it's kind of aspect as far as saying that the aspect, this is not this within the tone of this like the fair this like maybe one or two folks in these pitches, kind of the product of having like the standard gap within like the fair like comment is commenting where it's going to be the product or just out in the phrase and stuff pitches. So it has the aspects as far as saying it's going to be popular within some stuff tones. It's not within the fair that being an issue within those type pitches, but it's just some good type product paying attention to some of these type fairs. It's kind of head to like a football game, some stuff where it deals just when pitch like a 2006, 2007 DJ drama type style mixtape within flares like that, but it's a mixtape kind of clubbing one of those type pitches that you catch for like a good venue night out, probably within the same variety as songs like Got Money by Lil Wayne pitches like that, some stuff fairs, but just within pitch it just more mixtape type centric, good pitches like that as far as those fairs go, but just good, consistent kind of bang, just kind of cozy type one as well. This real aspect, just like a good fits like a glove as far as this first kind of excellent type pitches. Another one I don't think I've talked about on here is particularly wow as far as these aspects can go. It's like a warped and distorted kind of new boy style, kind of two-step and dance moves kind of get here within these pitches. It's very much like the Usher Yeah music video kind of club night type fair songs that pitched about it. This real bop and kind of snarl about it. This very lit type song as far as these pitching happens. Just the glam factor. Definitely some bust move type fairs just within the pitch. Tyga has good showings of some good dance floor, being around folks like New Boys and Chris Brown, some stuff folks in particular, maybe even T-Pain on certain aspects as far as this pitch game. I think possibly he's done a song with T-Pain, but just an aspect as far as saying some of that type of variety about it. This is one of those type ones, probably one of the ones that get the most hammered out of your mind too, along with songs like AIM and cartoons within those pitches, so good products here. Yeah, it's a definite gliss factor up real high pitch like that. Just some further social type ham within these pitches. Definitely a good, nice one to go ham to, and just have some accent phrase, have some bait. Have the Moscato racked up for bay fits as far as those pitch games. So just the glam type factors. Definitely within these aspects. Beezy's along the ride pretty much the whole way through within these pitches, just to have some good accompaniments within these fairs. This kind of aspect as far as saying this is definitely within the aspect of like the fair of having bringing and ones along for the ride within those pitches, Beezy or otherwise within those aspects for us the tones come. So just the fair as far as saying just the particular tones, some of these type ones work within the excellent aspect of just like there's not much of a learning curve about this particular album within these pitches. Songs like Wow, songs like Don't Regret It Now, Super Size Me, AIM, Coconut Juice, all three of the singles, Diamond Life as well, some of the pitches that work real heavily pitched like that, EST 80s Baby, some of that pitch that has a good social zazz type factor within the aspect for those first albums. So I look after, I think I talked about all 14 of these songs within these pitches. To be honest, within these fairs. So the pitch behind it here, as far as these aspects going to happen, 10 out of 10 album within the tone behind it. Social scores going to go ahead and get pretty much like a 10 out of 10. Now, look at the pitch, the factor behind the quality on here, just the McDouble's nice, the slushy nice, the factor of just being hammed out of your mind, plenty of tropical swishers, some fairs like that, just good. Moscato and Donuts for the bass, just within the aspect between home type fits and more city square type step out pitch like that. Just the glam factor, just the pizzazz factor, the me. The Parkside and phone memes, songs that pitches, some pink skies kind of surf runs within the makeshift type aspect, a good series of radio type songs like the pitch likes and commerce and just day traffic within those tones that pretty much beat hit albums like Recovery and Blueprint 3 to the punch, with some of those type ones that would be like emphatic and like the 2010s pitch like that, some stuff ordeals that just were not prominent for like 2000s kind of that were not prominent for like 2000s albums that were kind of happening around this time. So it's good type pitches, getting a head start on some of those type ones, good factors. You get hammed out of your mind pretty good within a lot of these phrase songs like Wow and Cartoons, Super Size Me, Coconut Juice and Aim. Some of those type ones, it's a good factor, kind of have like the Zazz factor, just really kind of being Swayze and just kind of woozy from like the fact that some Queez factor that's real high, good excellent fares. Social type album pitch like that has a good snarl within the biceps. The products for sayings and lates and Beezy's type fits for like the tons, some sugar talk pitch like that. So it's kind of fares for saying good aspects. So 10 out of 10 album, 10 out of 10 social within the pitch. In terms of the future, like Tyga's a folk that I need to get back to within these pitches. It's been quite some time since this particular album that I've reviewed him within these aspects. Last time I reviewed him was with that hit. Last time I reviewed him was with the hit album with Chris Brown, Fan of a Fan, the album back in those pitches when that came out in like good early 2015. I reviewed that I think in early 2016, but good type fares go way back with that album, good pitch like that, excellent type fares about it. Yeah, good classic here within Science of Pitch. Gonna get to some further type ones, probably we'll get to within these aspects for saying like Careless World is good, nice one. That's a classic within those ordeals. Hotel California and the Gold Album, some excellent type ones as well within those pitches. So further type fares, Tyga's got a good classic on his hands with this particular album here, just a banging type one, very trending ahead of times also, I'd have to say.